Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to marinate carne asada. You can grill it outside, cook it inside, it's whatever you want. First thing I will be using is the garlic salt. The second seasoning I use is seasoned salt. Now I really don't have any measurements for it. I usually add about 3 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons every time I stir, which you'll see throughout the video when I stir it and then I add and then stir it and then I add again. Alright, first ingredient I also use is cilantro. I use only the top, which is the leaves. I never use the bottom of it. So usually I cut it in half and that's what I use. Alright, next is the onion. For the meat that I do have in the container, which is 2.5 pounds of meat, I will be using a whole onion. The more onion, the better, the flavor that you have throughout the meat. It's just to marinate. You don't even have to cook the onion with the meat. You can just use the meat by itself. Usually my husband grills the onions as well, and we use it for tacos or whatever, just to munch on. All right, the next thing will be 5 limes. So I will be using those 5 limes, and I will be using the lemon squeezer. You can, if you don't have one, you can just squeeze it with your hands. I just like using the juicer because I have it there. And what I always do is I squeeze 1/2 of the lime, and then I'll squeeze the second half of the lime, then I put them together and then squeeze it, and then you get more juice out of it. Next thing is you're going to stir, so we're going to add more seasoning. So don't forget, the main ingredient is the beer. I am using Tecate because that is what we always have at home. But you can use whatever Mexican imported beer, Tecate, Corona, Dos Equis, Modelo, anything you want, you can add that. I did use a whole can of beer for the 2.5 pounds. Usually I will use about half a can, but I did add a whole can. It doesn't hurt the meat. It doesn't hurt the marinade process. If you want more beer, you add more beer. So since I did stir it, I will be adding more seasoning. So every time you stir it, you want to make sure you see the seasoning throughout the meat. You want to make sure there's onion and cilantro throughout the meat. And that is it, guys. Enjoy.